Fly FM.
What's up, guys? Ivan with Fly FM, and we are now with one of the names on the lineup for Good Vibes Festival 2019. It's Baynk. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Anytime. Thank you for having me.
Our pleasure. And I'll start with, did I get that right? Is it Baynk?
Baynk, yeah.
So tell us about the why. Tell us about Baynk. How did this come about?
The actual musical project just came about because I had a chemical engineering job and I hated it and it was going nowhere and I just needed to do something else, so this was really the only other option for me. The name, I just thought of it in the shower one day. There's nothing exciting, unfortunately.
So it's a name that you thought up in the shower. So we do know that when you did start your music career, you were still working with your dad in his company. So what was his first reaction when you told him, Dad, I think I want to do music?
I think he was always supportive of me doing music. He was just like, everyone in New Zealand is just like, you're not gonna have like a stable career in music. So everyone just like gets a trade or like does another degree, which is what I did. And then it was always the plan, if like by some miracle it worked out, that I could just like drop the other stuff, which I have.
So you spent some time in school to finish your degree in chemical engineering. What, if anything, did you learn from your time studying for the degree that you've taken into your career as a musician?
I think I honestly just learned how to like, it sounds stupid, but I learned how to like learn things really fast because I didn't so much hate chemical engineering, it just wasn't for me and I wasn't that interested in it. So I would like cram for exams and like I'd just be like loading lots of information to my head, and it was like a great way to teach myself how to problem solve even when I didn't necessarily like the things that I was doing. And leading on into music, that became so useful because there's so many facets of music behind making the actual songs that like you need to work out, like performing today and doing the visuals and all that stuff. So yeah, just that, and like general maths that engineering teaches, obviously like all through music, like numbers everywhere, so yeah.
So for the people who don't know, you actually participated in a program called NZ On Air. So tell us a little bit about it. We don't have a program like this in this country, so tell us a bit about NZ On Air.
Yeah, you guys need to get onto it. NZ On Air is just like an incredible platform for emerging and already established talent in New Zealand. So basically they go through like maybe like 100 entries a month and they'll choose like 10 or 20 to be funded by the government. So the government just allocates them some money and they say, these are the people who we think should be, whose songs are good enough to like have music videos made, or we should fund their recording costs. And they were just so instrumental in helping me get off my feet. They like paid for a couple of my first music videos, they helped fund my last EP, and yeah, it just wouldn't have been nearly as professional, or I wouldn't have got like the artistic results that I desired just on my own budget. So yeah, they're so instrumental. You guys should definitely try and get something like that. Malaysia On Air.
I mean, it's understandable because a lot of good music has come out of the NZ. I'm not very well versed with it myself, but I am familiar with Lady Hawk, with Kimbra, and most recently Lord, of course. Do you think there's anything else about New Zealand that's special, that creates such big musicians, such as yourself, Baynk?
What do I think makes it special? I think being like so far from the rest of the world in terms of distance is really sort of helpful. I found that with me, I was just like, I didn't really have like any one particular influence. I was just sort of like picking and choosing stuff I found on the internet, and like I didn't really know anyone who made music. And I think just that kind of isolation sometimes leads to results that are like way more experimental because you're figuring everything out yourself. So I think that's how kind of I got like a slightly weirder, more unique sound, and I'm sure that's the case for some of those artists you mentioned, like Lord and Kimbra and all of that.
So speaking of influence, you've also mentioned that Flume is a big influence of yours.
I've got his record over there actually.
Did you just get it today?
No,
let's have a look.
I bought them with me from New Zealand.
Did you?
These are, I don't even have a turntable held.
Oh no.
These are some of the first records that influenced by you know, the start. Muramasa, I love Muramasa.
Okay. So he played yesterday, by the way.
Oh, did he?
6 set. He played yesterday. It was a 6 set.
I've seen him so many times. I love
right.
Flume, big influence. And
of course.
Bon Iver.
Bon Iver, of course. Wow, you've got these are some. Wow, you've got like some gems here. So I want to ask, Flume is kind of a neighbor of yours. He's in Australia after all. So have you gotten in touch with him? Has he gotten in touch with you?
I've never seen or like heard from him, unfortunately. But yeah, if you're listening, Flume, get in touch. He lives in LA now, so maybe one day.
By the way, in the coming weeks, he will be here in Malaysia as well. Same organizers. Yeah, he will be playing a show with the same organizers. So maybe we'll just pass something on and ask him to get in touch with you. I mean, you're doing great work, honestly. Your music's out there. Everybody's heard of it as well. Was there ever a goal? I mean, we started out talking about how music was kind of like I'll try it, I'll study, but I'll try music if by some miracle you get there. But now that you've kind of gotten somewhere, is there a goal? Have you pictured what the end game is for yourself?
I have like little end games, like certain festival I like playing, but there's no like one end game. I really just want to make timeless music and music that like means a lot to me, and that's the only real thing. And everything else is like secondary. And I just want to make good music and get myself in a position that I can just do that for the rest of my life.
On a slightly personal note, do you have any personal goals that you've set for yourself for this year, 2019 as well?
I would really like to get a second project out by the end of the year.
Is it on the way?
It is on the way. And it's a bit more weird and experimental, something like a bit more visually based, a slightly shorter track listing, so it might be possible to get it out by the end of the year. I think that's my goal. Try and get a next EP out before the end of the year.
We're excited to hear about that. You've traveled around the world, played a lot of shows as well. Is there anything is there that one thing you like about traveling and one thing you don't like about traveling?
The one thing I like about traveling, just like the actual playing of the shows and the section after that is so much fun. Like if you have a day off and you're in like a new city and you're like with friends, that's incredible. When you're having a good time on stage, which is not 100% of the time, that's incredible. And yeah, I live for those moments. What are the bad parts? Just like sleep deprivation. When I used to tour by myself, that was pretty full on. When you're just starting out, you don't have any money, can't bring your friends along with you, can't bring your girlfriend along with you. That can get pretty lonely, but the positives definitely outweigh the negatives. So
I want to talk about how you have your girlfriend with you here as well. So aside from, of course, emotional support that she provides for you, what else does she do for you that you can't exchange it for anything else, not even money?
Honestly, it's just the emotional support, really. But what else does she do? She's been doing my hair. I can't do my own hair. Like it'll get like frizzy and crazy, so she does that. She does directions, but we get lost a lot, so she's maybe needs to work on that a little bit. She packs down my saxophone. She's incredible. Thanks, Ben.
You guys are so cute. Let's talk about the saxophone as well. We've seen your shows. You incorporate a lot of that in your live performances as well. Would you say the saxophone was the first instrument you picked up? Was it even? Why the saxophone and not the keyboard or anything else?
Keyboard. It was piano. Yeah.
So why the saxophone now?
The saxophone, I think I only started playing the saxophone when I was like 16, but I had been playing piano from ages 5 till 12. And I just thought girls would like me more if I played the saxophone.
Do you like it more?
Girls did not care, did not make a difference at all in my dating years. So I honestly just like it, and it's a crowd favorite, so it's fun to play. And yeah, I just wanted to add something like a bit more special and live to the show, so it seemed only natural.
Moving on to the show that you're going to put on for us tonight, if you could describe a quintessential Baynk show, what is it like?
I guess it's just like a lot of dancing, really. I tend to go out a lot myself and like kind of dance and just act an idiot, and getting into music came from like going to festivals, and I just kind of wanted to make music for that at the start. And yeah, it's just like a lot of like getting wild, singing and saxophone obviously, but yeah, just kind of like losing yourself.
Is the romance of the festival gone now that you're not an attendee and you're playing in it?
It saddens me so much to say that. It's not completely gone, but I used to get so excited at festivals, and now it's like a bit repetitive. But every now and then when I have a break and I can go and attend one, then I still have a lot of fun. But yeah, it does, the shine does wear off a little bit.
I think when the shoe's on a different foot, suddenly it feels different, right? Baynk, thank you so much for all that. I wish you the best of luck in your show and for your new record that we're looking forward to catch as well. Thank you for your time and take care.
Fly FM, today's hottest music.